Hi, Bree here, and I'm going to show you today how to properly vent your bathroom fan to the outside using a soffit vent cover. This is a little different than an outside exhaust cover because the flaps won't come down. With a soffit is pointed down, and if you use a regular outside vent cover, the flaps would be they would fall down all the time, and that would allow for hot air to come into your bathroom or cold air, whichever it is, and also you could have sort of creepy crawlers coming in. So the reason that I had to do this is I noticed that the one of the vents in the bathroom actually didn't even have a hose attached to it, and one of them has a hose, but it's going up into the attic. You absolutely want to vent your bathroom fans to the outside, and the reason for this is that you're not only taking out odors, you're taking out moisture. And if you pump that up into your attic, you're going to eventually have the possibility of a serious mold problem. So you're going to need a few supplies for this. You're going to need a drill with a paddle bit, and the reason for that is I want to drill from the outside of my soffit rather than up in the attic. It's just easier and more comfortable. And so I want to start a hole next to my template that I'm going to mark on my soffit to use a jigsaw then to drill the remainder of the hole, but just to alleviate the possibility of getting hurt to trying to get the jigsaw initially started, I'm going to drill a hole with a paddle bit and then simply take the jigsaw to drill the remaining hole. You're also going to need some more vent hose for this. I had 4-inch. It comes in two different sizes, I believe, 4 and 6 inch, but I needed 4-inch. That's what I had, the existing hose, and so I wanted to match that up. You're going to need some metallic AC tape to tape the existing hose with the new hose, and you want to also tape it at the soffit vent cover with the hose. So you want to make a nice tight seal to alleviate any air or anything else getting into that hose. Also, let's see, I think I have everything. Oh, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. There are 3 screws that come with this soffit vent cover to screw it into the soffit, and then some silicone. Once you have the soffit vent cover in and everything, that's your final step. You're going to put a nice bead of silicone around that vent cover, the outside, attaching it to the soffit so that, again, you're just making sure that you have a nice tight seal. So let's get started. Okay, so I had to put on my glasses here because I want to show you the ad listing for the soffit vent cover that I purchased at Lowe's. Again, this soffit vent cover is for either use with a 4 or 6-inch hose, and that is a nice thing about it. It's adaptable, so if you're not sure what size you have, it's going to work for either one. So the items that I had to purchase besides this was the hose that I needed to connect to the existing hose. Now you're going to need to know which size hose you have for that, so because you want them to match up. You're going to use some metallic tape to tape the 2 hoses together, and then you're going to use that metallic tape to also create a nice tight seal around the soffit vent cover and the new hose that you're using to attach the soffit vent cover to. So those were the only supplies that I needed to purchase. You may have some metallic AC tape on hand. If so, don't go out and buy any more. You won't need that much for this. If not, the items cost me approximately just under $40 for all 3 of these items. So not a huge cost to prevent having a mold problem and a much more costly expense if you don't take care of this problem. So let me show you quickly here. This is, if I can get this view, the ad for the Imperial Soffit Vent Cover. The item number is 317949, and again, you can buy this at Lowe's. Check to make sure that they do have it in stock. They show you online whether they have it in stock. In the store, as you can see here, it says 11 available at the store that I shop at. If not, they do offer shipping, or you can ship these items to the store normally for free. Okay, so the supplies that I'm going to need, I have to cut out my template that comes with the soffit vent cover. I'm going to use that to mark where I'm going to cut my hole out using both the paddle bit and my jigsaw. I want to go up in the attic first and make sure that where I'm cutting, I'm only cutting into soffit. You absolutely want to make sure that where you're going to be cutting out that hole, you're not cutting into any sort of framing up in the attic, and that you're only cutting into the soffit. So once you've made sure of that, you're going to mark your hole. Then you're going to use your paddle bit to pre-drill near the outline of the circle that you marked, so that you can easily use the jigsaw then to cut out the remaining hole. I needed an extension cord for the jigsaw. I needed a paddle bit, drill. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver. The soffit cover comes with 3 Phillips screws to screw in the soffit cover once I'm done. And I'm going to use some clear silicone, put a bead around the outside of the soffit vent cover. And I use clear because once it dries, I'm not going to have any silicone. I can't see it. It's clear, so it's just going to look better aesthetically. So I need my vent hose and my soffit cover and some metallic AC vent tape. So that should be it.
Okay, so you can see I marked my hole now, and I tried to make it centered and aligned with the soffit vent that's there, just to make it a little more aesthetically look a little bit better. I'm going to have 2 of these vents going because there's an upstairs bathroom as well, so there's another vent over here, and so I'll just place that other one in alignment with that one. So now I'm going to use the paddle bit to go ahead and drill a small hole so that I can get the jigsaw in. Alright, so now as you can see, I've drilled a small hole using the paddle bit, and now I'm going to take my jigsaw and just cut out the hole. Hopefully all go well. Okay, so as you can see, my hole was cut out, everything went really well. So now I'm going to put the soffit vent just to make sure that it fits in there. And then what I'm going to do is go up in the attic, tape the hose to the existing hose, run it through that hole, and then connect it all. And I'll show you how that's connected once I'm done.
Okay, so now I am up in the attic, and I have found the fan vent duct that's simply going up into the attic, up into the insulation, where it could cause a mold problem due to the moisture from the bathroom being vented up into the attic. So I need to connect the new vent hose to the old one. I'll use some air conditioning metallic tape to join these and make sure that no air is leaking out of there once I join them together. And once I do that, then I'll run it to the hole that I cut and outside on the soffit, and I'll show you that. So as you can see here, I have my new vent hose connected to my old vent hose. I used the metallic tape, which I purchased from Lowe's, to create a nice tight seal, making sure that none of the moisture is going to escape anymore into the attic, and instead it will go out through the new hose, through the soffit vent cover, and I won't have a mold issue. When I'm done with this hose, I'm going to make sure I put some insulation back over that hose so that I keep my insulation. And then I'm going to run this new hose to the new soffit vent cover, put some tape around it to create a nice tight seal.
At this point I am drenched inside, but as you can see, I now have the new soffit vent coming, or the new vent for the bathroom vent coming through the soffit. So I'm going to attach the soffit vent cover to it, screw that in, put some silicone around it, and call it a day. Right. Okay, the best part is that this actually works. I turned it on and the flaps come open. I'm going to go turn on the fan now and show you that it works. Okay, so you can see the flaps are open and I feel air actually blowing out, which is so cool. It all works